What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you all to the YouTube channel Think Beyond Black. This is an open channel for all races, but specifically, this is a channel for individuals. With this first video is going to be on the quote unquote democratic plantation that a lot of people are on right now. I have a question I want to ask, and it's kind of a simple question, but it's one to ask. If you were stopped by a so-called Morpheus character that walked up to you and asked you, "Do you want to have everything you've always dreamed of? Do you want success? Do you want to live in a nice neighborhood? Do you want the nice things in life?" But then he started explaining to you like he did with Neo, telling you that the matrix is everywhere. But it's not just a matrix, it is a matrix that is holding you back from your potential and telling you that same matrix is all around us, telling you you can see it when you look out your window. You can see it when you turn on your television or you go to your Facebook page. You can feel it all around you with people that are trying to pull you down and making sure you don't try to make it. When you go to church, you feel it when you're there in front of that pastor that's just milking you out of your money. He says it is the world that has been pulled over your eyes, blinding you from what is known as the truth. And you turn to this guy and you'd say, "What truth?" And he tells you mentally, because right now, none of us are slaves right now. We're only slaves in our minds, but mentally, you are a slave. And like everyone else, your mindset has been born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell, taste, or touch. It is a prison in your mind. And then he goes and tells you, like he told Neo, unfortunately, no one else can be told about this matrix. You have to see it yourself. You have to see it, not your friends, not your family, not anyone but you. But then he gives you an opportunity to say, okay, he puts the pills out in front of you and he tells you, this is your last chance. There's no turning back. Now you have a choice here. You can take one pill and it will end your story, and you will believe what you still believe now, and you will feel the things that you feel now, a certain type of mentality, a certain type of mindset where you feel like everything is the white man's fault. You will always focus on your problems. You will always blame everybody else in the world for things that go wrong in your life. You will always utilize the past as an excuse for not getting up off your ass and doing things for yourself. You will make excuses. You'll lack personal development, and you'll stay exactly where you're at. You will then believe what you have always been believing and wonder why you are where you're at right now. Or you could take another pill and stay in the wonderland and show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. But the guy tells you in front of you that he's only offering you the truth. Would you take that? You see, for a lot of you guys right now, you are in what we call a democratic plantation. And just like the movie The Matrix, you have people that are on your side working against you as we speak now, and you don't even realize it. You have individuals that are stirring the pot instead of teaching you how to create the pot. You have people right now figuring and pushing your anger that you have towards a group of people that have done nothing to you. You have been in a party that has shown you that you have to be a victim, you have to have handouts. You are part of a plantation and you don't even realize that you're even on the plantation because the rules of the plantation are very simple. And what you have to understand is that your behavior right now, I'm not talking about who you are, I'm just saying your behavior right now is a learned behavior or it's acquired, meaning that guess what? You were taught this. You were taught to feel that you know what, you came in this world and you have been wrong. Someone has harmed you or someone has done something to you to stop you from growing. Your democratic plantation thought process has told you that you believe that whatever it is out there, whoever he is, white supremacy or some fictitious white man has control over your life and you have no control over the things that you do. Your democratic plantation mindset has you believing the worst things that's going on. Everything that's going on to you is worse. You know, something happens bad. Oh my God, the world is about to crumble like Chicken Little. When you have that democratic plantation mindset, you expect sympathy or poor me. And that's what those what you call these new agent these new agents, I won't even call them Smiths. I don't even know what name you want to give them, but they're everywhere telling you about this experience called the Black experience. And what they are doing is, for a lot of you, you don't know that they are getting paid to keep you where you're at. They're getting paid to hold you down and hold you back. And you don't even see it because some of you are so far in the forest, you cannot see the trees because these people are coming around telling you about quote unquote Black people issues. Yet, what they don't want to tell you is all people have issues. It's just not in a race or a color. But they teach you how to play the blame game, how not to take responsibility for what's going on in your world. Instead, shift the blame to other people and hold them responsible for your misfortunes and your troubles. But they want you to believe that it's okay to be stuck where you're at and always on the defense. Instead of opening your mind to learn, you're so busy with hate and confusion that you rather take the defense towards things. But I guess the question I would have to ask you is this, and it goes back to if this person came to you. You see, even though that TV show was a movie about a computer or something like that, you know, internally things. The thing is that you don't have to be limited by what people have told you in life. You don't have to point the finger and be the victim in all of this. But what if that individual came to you and said, you know what, if you took this pill right here and I gave you a way out, he offered you a way out. a way to success, but that success will come at a cost. He'd tell you that you will lose friendships, you will lose family members, you will be called a sellout, you'll be called a coon, you'll be called a Uncle Tom, and sometimes you'll feel like the world is against you. But on the other hand, you will no longer be caught in the quicksand of poor me. You will no longer be a victim. You will start to judge every man based on how he treats you and not how he treats somebody else. You will start to have passion. You will start to have drive and discipline. And you will work with other races of people who you used to hate. And you will build friendships and relationships that will help you and your business grow. The question is, would you do it? And for the majority of you, you won't do it because it's so easy out there to blame white supremacy. It's easy out there to blame police officers. It's easy out there to blame everything around you except the person in the mirror. But that's why most of you are stuck in this democratic plantation. That's why you don't realize the chains that are around your ankle that are holding you back are not from those of white people. They are from your own people. But some of you don't see that. Some of you think that all these guys that are trying to preach black issues are just doing things to hold you back. They're not doing anything to show you that working working with people will help your business grow if you even know how to create one. Because one thing we have forgotten here, guys, is that you have to start to think beyond the color black because you're not black. You're not an African American, but you want to be a part of something so bad. So you will call yourself black. You'll call yourself an African American. You'll call yourself anything you want to as long as you have or follow the herd. But when you think about solutions and you begin to take responsibility for your actions, when you begin to find opportunities in crisis, and when you uh, learn from your past, you know your past, you learn from it, but you don't make excuses from your past, you'll start to make it. You'll start to see the world as if you took that pill in a new set of eyes because then you'll begin to realize that everything from the dog bites to the fire, the water, the lynching, the killing back then has set up to a point where right now you have the opportunity to create your own business right now. Right now, you have that opportunity and you're not taking it. But to get out of that mentality, you have to make that change. And not only make that change, but you have to realize that you're not going to be liked for being different. But this is not a thing of being liked, it's a thing of changing your behavior. But the only way you can change your behavior is by changing your mindset. And the only way to change your mindset is to sit back and look at your life right now. Don't look at anybody else's life. Don't look at what people are telling you. Look at your life right now. Look at that plantation you on. I used to be on there when I was young. I always thought that all black people are Democrats. White people are evil and they're Republicans. But I had my wake up call. And just like there are evil white people out there are also evil black people out there. But for me, it's a shame because the only people that have helped me in life to get everything going for me was white. I didn't have any black person supporting me. But this is not to bash a color or race because this is thinking beyond the color of your skin and what you think you are. But as long as you stay in your comfort zone, as long as you focus on your problems, as long as you blame everybody else for your problems and you complain and you live in your past, you are not going to make it because those that you follow right now are making sure they do everything to keep you right where you're at. Nobody wants to know the slave that knows how to read and write. That's the most dangerous person out there. But what do you think is the most dangerous man of a pigment color, a darker skin color? Because I don't even want to use that word black or African American, but I will sometimes slip up. People are afraid for you to be solution based. They're afraid for you to take responsibility. They're afraid for you to have a very optimistic, be consistent, be accountable for your actions. That's the one who is going to get hate from both ends. But the majority of the hate that you will get from your own kind before you get it from anybody else because they don't want you to break free, grow, and think for yourself. But as long as you are stuck in this democratic plantation that you're on, as long as you are stuck at being a victim, stuck at looking at problems and stuck in blaming people for everything that's going wrong in your life, as long as you're doing that, those people that are holding you back, they're winning. As long as you keep putting everybody else down, as long as you refuse to analyze yourself and improve yourself, as long as you have those passive aggressive tendencies, as long as you set yourself up for failure, you're going to be fine exactly where you're at because that's where they want you to be. Your own people want you to be there. They want you to continue to blame everything around you. They want you to continue to have negative emotions. They want you to continue to believe that someone has some type of control over your life. They want you to believe that you have been wronged, like you have been a slave or something like that. But until you break free, until you start to realize that it is not as bad as it seems, you are always going to be stuck where you're at. And one day, when you really start to think about it, it's going to be way too late. Now is a time to break free and get out of that matrix called the Democratic Plantation. That's all I got to say for now. Peace.